I honestly don't think I can go back to using gas after using this. So my week's been kind of hectic because I have been continuing on with the van build and stuff like that. So if you want updates and you want to see the new van build and how it's coming along, then be sure to head over to my new channel down the road where I put all that stuff exclusively on that channel. I took a couple of days off because I got to a certain point, because I have got my power station in, I've got the toilet in and I've got the fridge in. In the last build, if you can see here, I used to have a space for gas and it consisted of putting these wee bottles in. I was trying to think, where am I going to put them now? And then it dawned on me, do I really need gas? Because I've got so much power now. I've got the Charger 1 installed. I've got an abundance of power. Because yes, as most of you know, I am sponsored by Bluetti, but not because they're paying me for what I say. They're paying me to review the product. All my opinions are my own. And a product came out last year called the Charger 1, which is this here. And this was an absolute game changer for power station users because it enabled us to charge power stations at up to 560 watt hours. And the reason why this thing was a game changer is because, again, with 12 volt charging from the car, you're only getting roughly about 100 to 120 watts worth of power. And if you've got 1000 watts power in a power station, that's going to take about 10 hours to charge. So where the Bluetti Charger 1 comes in is it lets you charge up to 560 watts worth of power. If you've got 1000 watts in a power station, it's going to take like an hour to charge it, maybe 45 minutes, depending on how much charge is in it. But from a flat power station, you're talking maybe an hour, 2 hours to charge it. When I was sitting thinking about the gas option, I thought, you've got a lot of power, Robert. We need to start using it. And so for the past couple of days, I've been toying with the notion of going full electric in Dobby for cooking. And you have seen me dabbling in it with the air fryer and stuff like that, but it was kind of a gas air fryer hybrid situation. So with a little help from today's sponsor, AMZCHEF, I finally get to dip my toe into induction hob cooking thanks to AMZCHEF portable single induction hob. So let's get it cracked open. This is a first for me. I've never used an induction hob in my life. I've had an electric cooker, which I'm not a fan of, but I know the electric cooker is different from an induction hob, and I'm interested as well to see how fast it is compared to gas and getting a hard boil going. So in the box it's pretty lackluster, manual and the unit itself, but that's it there. It's nice and thin. Like, I thought it was going to be a lot thicker than that. It does get fingerprint marked quite easily as well, but it's not really a thing, is it? So I'm excited to try this. I would love to be able to replace gas with this. Let's get into the features and see it in action. So dimensions wise, it's 32 centimetres in length, 28 centimetres depth and 5 centimetres in height. The top of the unit is made from a black frosted glass, which is great for wear and tear resistance, along with scratch resistance. And the surface is also waterproof as well, so it is easy to clean. And it also has these nice rubber feet to stop slipping. So this AMZCHEF induction hob has a low adjustable power from 100 watts to a massive 2000 watts, or it can go as low as 50 degrees up to 240 degrees. The induction hob has a touch sensitive button control, a 3 hours timer, and as you can see, you can go in and manually set the time as well. And with the power temp button, you can switch this if you prefer to work in degrees rather than in watts. And it's compatible with magnetised pots and pans, so cast iron, steel or stainless steel. It won't work with ceramic, glass, copper or aluminium. And a good way to tell if your cookware is compatible is to use a magnet underneath. If it sticks, then it's magnetised. If it doesn't stick, it's incompatible. And a couple of safety features: it has an automatic shut off after 1 minute if no cookware is detected, and also overheating protection. And there is also a child lock as well, so you can press this just to stop any kids from touching the machine while it's in use. So let's get straight into testing. So for this, I'm going to use my double burner, which is a shame that I might not be using gas much because I've barely really get any use out of this. We'll have gas on the left and the induction hob on the right. So as I said in the features, guys, as long as your pan is magnetised, as you can see this is, then these will work with the induction hob. So I did try and get 2 pans the same size, but this is what it is. Just to show raw power, we'll go to the full 2000 watts and we'll open the gas up as full as we can on this. And I'm going to time it as well, just to check the both. So let's turn this on. So 2000, and then the gas on. and then turn the gas up. Personally, I think the gas is going to win. You can see the bubbles already starting on the induction hob, but I can also see them on there as well. So it's whatever one gets that hard boil first. And the power station was at 100%. So you can see we're pulling 804 watts. But as you can see on the highest setting on this induction hob, we can run that for 2.5 hours. I feel like there's just a lot more action happening over here than there is over on the gas. So we'll come back when there's a hard boil and we'll see where it is. So we have a hard boil going on the induction hob, and we're just starting to get a boil on the gas. So I'm going to keep this going just to see what the time is for it, as you can see on the power station. So roughly about 6 minutes took 5% on the power station, which is amazing. And if you look on the induction hob, it's actually saying hot, so it's just warning you that the plate is hot. So we are up to 8 minutes 45, and that's still not hard boiled yet. For me, especially in this tiny camper, having that small electric hob is just a game changer, because I don't need to find anywhere to put the gas, I don't need to buy gas, and I don't need to have an open flame in my van. So the fact that that thing is so tiny, I could basically slide it under the bed, I can put it anywhere I want. And even though I have changed my cooking setup to this small tiny one, I still need to put this somewhere. When I'm going to cook something, I need to pull this out, I need to pull the gas out. Whereas with that small induction hob, I've always got power. It's just a case of pulling that induction hob out and away you go. But we are now up at 11 minutes and that's still not boiled. See, now we're starting to get the boil, but we are 12 minutes in. And this gas has been sitting in the house nice and warm, so it's got no reason why it's not working. But now we're starting to get the hard boil, as you can see. So the gas took 12 minutes 30. We're going to call it 12 minutes and 30 seconds. So there you have it. Lap 1 is the induction hob at 6:24 and the gas was 12:34. I was fully expecting the gas to just pass by and boil that water faster, and the gas has still got, I'd probably say, half a tin in there. So for frying, boiling, soup, hot pots, the AMZCHEF Induction Hob's got you covered. And the cool thing as well, it's only been about a minute or so, and that thing is cool enough to touch. So this is a post from the future, because I was wondering why the 2000 watts on the AMZCHEF wasn't shown on the Blue 8 Elite 200 V2, because this can go 2600 watts. So I think the reason why the pot wasn't going all the way up to 2000 watts on the Blue 8 Elite V2 was because of the base of it. There wasn't much metallic adhesion on it, and it could be just because it's an old pot. It was the first one I found. Whereas the bottom of this is completely stainless steel, or steel, whatever it is, and it's going to make a lot better contact with the induction hob. So let's do the test again and see how long it takes to get a hard boil on the water. There you go. So on the power station, we're at 74%. So 2000 watts. I don't know if you can see on the power station, but we're at 1900 watts. So changing to the kettle is giving us more wattage because there's more contact. But as you can see, we're getting steam already in about 47 seconds. Whistling. 1 minute and 16 seconds. We were at 74%. We are at 72%. So there you have it. The induction hob got a hard boil in 1 minute and 16 seconds. So this is the true reflection of what an induction hob can do, as long as you use the proper magnetised pot. 1 minute 16 and the gas was 12 minutes, and we only used 2% on the Blue 8 Elite 200 V2. So let's talk a wee bit on why this is better than gas and how an induction hob works. So I'm going to try and explain this as best as I can. Underneath the plate there is a copper coil, and when you turn it on, an alternating current flows through the coil. The coil within it vibrates to create a magnetic field, because that magnetic field induces eddy currents, which then transfers that energy through to the pot, which gets hot, which is why you need to use magnetised cookware like stainless steel, cast iron. And because that heat is generated in the pan or the pot and not the actual hob, it makes it faster, more efficient and safer. And when you understand that this actually doesn't get hot, it's just the pot, it just means you're not going to get burned when you're touching these touchscreen buttons. So who is the AMZCHEF Solo Induction Hob for? First of all, me. I think this product is one of those products I've been waiting for a long time. This is one of the most exciting upgrades that I'm adding to Dobby for the new build 2.0. I really don't think I can go back to gas after this. I would say this is for anybody in van life, camper vans. If you're scared about using gas in your van or just feel uncomfortable with it, I would say an induction hob could be the way forward. But if you're like me and you've got power anxiety, even though I've got all this power, I still get power anxiety, I would say this induction plate with 1000 watts power station and up and the Blue Yeti Charger 1 is an ideal setup for cooking in your van. But even someone that's got a tiny off-grid home and you've got solar outside, even student accommodations, if you're getting into student accommodations and you don't want to use gas and you don't want to buy gas because money's tight, induction hob all the way. I really do love it. This thing is crazy. And if you're someone like me that has or had an electric cooker, you know how long they take to heat up, whereas you saw how quick this was. So it is a fantastic piece of kit for anybody in van life, off-grid tiny homes, students, or even to use in your house if you're sick of the electric cooker. So what is the pros and cons of it? Straight away, fast, easy setup. I love how portable and light form factor it is. I love the simple touch controls at the bottom. I think a big pro for me is just how fast it took to heat up. I love the fact that you can control the dials for the wattage and the degrees. And I think the last pro for me is that frosted black glass. It is a bit fingerprint smudgy, but again, you can give it a wee wipe down and you're all sorted. Is there any cons? Because it is portable, a nice wee cover would help protect this glass when not in use, so if it was placed somewhere and it falls over, there's no risk of this smashing. I don't really think I've got any other cons. I think that was it. So guys, that's going to cover it for this episode, and I'll be fully transparent. I didn't know how much this cost before I reviewed it, and I just checked it there, and this is under 50 quid. This is only 47.99 I think it is, and the double burner is actually only £98, so you can get two of them side by side. Do you know what, I'm actually sitting thinking about that double one now. But aye guys, that's going to cover it for this episode. If you did go and enjoy the episode, why not drop it a wee like and let me know in the comments. Let me know if you guys use an induction hob. Let me know if you've got experience using them. This is my first time ever using one, and as you saw with the gas test, this has just blew me away. So guys, if you haven't, why not get subscribed and hit that bell notification so you're always notified when I drop a new video. And if you want to see Dobby 2.0 being built and its current progress, make sure to head over to my new channel down the road so you can see how the progress is coming on with the new van build. So until the next one guys, peace.